Hey all, this is a review for the GoPro Hero 7 Silver. I've had this about 4 or 5 months now. Pretty happy with it. I pretty much bought this for my camping experiences and mountain biking, and I use it for both. Um, I would say that although this is kind of like the entry level GoPro, it is pretty capable and I am pretty happy with it. I wanted to at least have 4K capability, and this filled that need. The 4K looks pretty good. It's 30 frames per second, and it seems to have pretty decent stabilization. When I'm mountain biking, I basically use a chest strap to take videos, and they look pretty decent. They're not like ultra smooth, but for being more of the one of the entry level GoPros, I think that it does a pretty good job. Um, that said, I do have a couple of issues that are worth noting, and I would suggest researching the entire GoPro lineup a bit more if you're going to be really serious about taking GoPro videos. The first kind of issue that I have is unlike the higher end GoPros, this does not have a removable battery. So you cannot take out the battery and swap with a fully charged battery if your primary battery runs out. So where that becomes kind of a problem is if you run out of time on your battery, then you're pretty much hosed unless you have a way to charge it with you. So like if you have a backup battery pack or something like that, it basically just charges via like a mini USB cable, okay, as you can see here. And so, you could charge it on the go, but then you're going to have to wait to charge the internal battery before you can actually, start filming again. So, kind of a bummer. That was something I found out, kind of early on one of my first trips where I used this camcorder. Not like a showstopper. Again, it's best if you have at least some kind of charging device with you if you're concerned about the GoPro running out of juice. So that's probably the biggest issue I'd say that sets it apart from the other GoPros. And I didn't know that going in. I thought they all kind of used like universal battery types. Um, and so, shame on me. Should have done a little bit more research. But you know what? For the price, you're still getting a pretty sweet camcorder. It seems durable and capable. Good 4K video. So not the end of the world. But if you go up probably another 50 or $100, you can probably get the swappable battery. I'm not sure exactly which models have the swappable battery and don't have it, but it shouldn't be too hard to find out which ones have it. So, pretty straightforward operation here. It's basically like a one button record operation, which is nice. Power button over here, and then underneath this lid, you have the memory card slot, which is a mini SD, and again, the USB connection for charging. So, aside from the battery issue, I'd say that my other chief complaint with the GoPro, which is probably an issue across the board with the other models as well, and based on my conversations with friends that have GoPros, is this interface is pretty rough. After years of using an iPhone and getting comfortable with that interface, this one took some getting used to, and honestly, I still don't love it. It's very small to begin with, so the buttons are small, obviously, but the menus are just not well designed, and it's not always confidence inspiring, because you might not know if you're in video mode or photo mode or quick photo mode, or burst rather. And so that's a little bit concerning when you're like out on the trails or you're you know in some kind of action setting, you're trying to record some action, and you just want to like set it and forget it. But if you like hit the wrong thing in the menu, which is kind of easy to do, um, then you may end up out of video mode. So that's kind of goofy. Like there's various ways you can change from video mode to burst mode to photo mode, and that includes the menu and also I think the power button, and it's just kind of random the way that settings work on the GoPro. And so that's just it's kind of a big issue. I hope that in future GoPros they get better at the interface. Um, Also, kind of related to usability, I would say that my third gripe is the app that goes along with the GoPro. So it's an iPhone app. I'm sure there's an Android one available as well. But the iPhone app, basically, you have to do like a Wi-Fi connection to the GoPro, and you can control it, which is pretty cool. But in terms of like downloading content or deleting content to your phone, it's pretty janky, and it's hard to tell sometimes if the GoPro's even connected to your phone. I do like the features on the app. It's just they're janky and they're slow. So again, I hope that that app gets better over time. I know that GoPro is kind of the dominant player in this segment, but it would be nice to see some, Apple level usability with, the interface itself on the camera and also with the iPhone app. So yeah, those are kind of the three main complaints. Worth noting, and definitely check out some of the higher end models, because it might be worth a couple, $100 to get some of those better features, possibly better stabilization as well. Um, One other random thing with this model, and I'm not sure if the other ones are like this as well, but the memory card slot is very kind of deep, which is probably by design. It's good for protecting the memory card. However, getting the memory card in is kind of a pain. Like, it took me forever just to get the memory card to click in, so the lid would shut and the memory card would register, because it doesn't do it on its own. I had to use like a tool of some kind, I forget what, but some kind of tool to get the memory card to click in, because it's so thin and your finger doesn't really fit in there. Um, so random gripe, but otherwise, just to talk about the good things a bit more. Um, it does what it's supposed to do. It takes 4K video. The video looks good. It seems very durable. I'm not exactly like delicate with this thing, and the case seems very strong and sturdy. Sometimes the lens can get a little bit foggy. If any moisture is on the outside, so you got to make sure to like wipe that down. If your hands are sweaty, or if there's rain, anything like that. But in terms of the construction, this thing seems pretty durable. Like, you could drop it, and it's not going to break. I kind of like the small form factor as well. It doesn't, take up a lot of room. It's easy to mount in, a lot of different ways. It comes with the USB cable, but then there's like all sorts of accessory packages you can get that are GoPro centric, and basically you can mount it to just about anything, whether it's a helmet or a chest strap. You can mount it to your handlebars on a bike as well. The possibilities are kind of endless. So look at the accessory kits. You can definitely find what you're looking for depending on what you want to do. But yeah, so this is the GoPro Hero 7 Silver. Decent camcorder, decent 4K video for probably $180. I think it's listed as $200 on Amazon right now. But yeah, look at the other models and see what's going to work for you. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully this helps your decision.